You've done incredible work. You know you have. The clients have told you it changed everything, their team, their revenue, the way they operate. But when someone asks you, can you give me an example of someone you've worked with, or can you tell me about your results with a client you've had? Let me guess, you either go blank, you undersell it, or maybe you send them something that reads like a project report and it's too detailed or too technical. So, a great case study is one of the most powerful sales tools that you could have in your tool belt. And I find most B2B consultants, thought leaders, advisors typically don't either have one or they've got one that's not actually doing the job that you need it to. So, a case study that sells isn't a description of what you did. It's a story of what changed. It's a transformation story. And it follows a really specific structure. It's got three things, which is the before, the during, and the after. So the before is where you've got to set the scene for where your client was before you started working with them. So it's not just about the problem, but it's the cost of that problem. What was it costing them? Was it revenue? Was it team performance? Was it stress? This is where your reader sees themselves and they realize that they go, oh, that's me. That's the problem we're having as well. So that's the before. The work itself is where you describe what you did, but very outcome focused, not your methodology. Your reader doesn't really care about the process. What they care about is what outcome you got and what it produced. So it only needs to be a couple of sentences. It doesn't need to be a whole long-winded story. And then the third one is the after. So this is the heart of it all. What specifically changed? So you need to use numbers where you have them, where revenue increased or retention improved, the team improved their productivity by this amount. So where you don't have the numbers, you really want to use language that's very specific and behavioural. So the leadership team went from avoiding difficult conversations to now having them weekly. So it's quantifiable. And so the last part to sort of polish it all off is actually a quote. So what is the quote from the client? This isn't a testimonial saying, Jane was amazing to work with. This is more about something that speaks to that outcome so that they know what they had before, what they didn't have before, the transformation and where they are now. So a really strong case study is worth more than 10 pages of credentials. So one of the things I reckon you could do this week is write one up. It'll be so valuable for your practice. And if you're not sure what to do or you need some help turning that client work into some compelling case studies and examples, it's often one of the things that we work on in the Influence Lab. It's coming up on the 10th of June in Brisbane and I only have 2 spots left. So you can either comment or DM Influence and I'll make sure I get the details to you.